Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can get unlimited 82 1 and 4 picks. These are incredible for getting a lot of fodder and getting some good chances at your favorite icons and shapeshifter players. The requirements are simple, the method is easy. I'm going to show you exactly what you've got to do, and all you've got to do to say thank you is one free thing, which is making sure to subscribe. Of course, drop a like down below if it does help you out, and if you do support the channel, make sure to check out memberships where you can get account upgrades, games with me, and a ton of other good stuff. And as usual, if you do need to get some players to go along with whoever you get in these picks, well, if you can't afford your favorite players and trading to them just isn't realistic, and of course you don't want to give EA money, then playhub.com is exactly what you need. They take the company from the equation and has you buying coins directly off other players, which means you get far cheaper prices as well. You can buy and sell from the same account, so whether you want to buy your favorite player or you pack someone insane and you want to sell them, Playhub has you covered. Playhub protects both you and the seller, so every single transaction is 100% secure, and you can finally get your favorite players without breaking the bank. Make sure to use my link in the description and enjoy your new team. First of all, we'll go into the SBC. What do we need? 3 rare players and 2 common players. So actually filling out a squad is going to look something like this. I'll get rid of the storage because my storage at the minute currently is in the absolute mud. And when I say in the mud, I literally just have ridiculously rated like 94s and above. But it means like for SBCs, I'm stuck. So we'll low to high that, and then we just want to grab 3 gold rares. The easiest way to do it is to always just low to high the SBC, I always find, and then add in the gold rares. You can fiddle about more, make it gold rare before you do it, and then add in the commons. Doesn't really make a difference, but that's how simple it is to do this SBC. So every single one is a 1 of 4. We will reveal all this one, and straight off the bat, we've got an exchange. So that is part of what this method is, and part of what's brilliant about this method. Once you craft, let's say, 10 player picks, you don't have to do any more crafting, because all you need to do in those 10 is get 2 or 3 exchanges out of them and you're good to go. We opened 1 pick and I thought in my head that exchanges still required 1 player. We got obviously Robbo, but actually you need 4 of each player. So we're just going to open 5 more just to show you how easy it is to get exchange players. So first of all, David Raya, not really what we're looking for, but in the picks we've done so far, I mean, we're on 3 picks. We've got 2 85s for an 85 exchange. So you can see very quickly how these would come about. We've then got Endler. So once again, another exchange player. Out of the 4 picks we've opened, we've had 3 exchanges. There's another 85. So if we get 1 more 85, just out of 6 picks, we've got 1 85 exchange. There you go. I'm so glad that we got the other 85 because now I feel a little bit better. We've literally got an exchange from 6 picks. Then we've got a contribution to another exchange and then 1 card that's useless. So in 6 picks, out of the 6 cards we've got, 5 of them have been useful, and I think that does a great deal to show how good these player picks actually are. And then additionally to that, obviously what we're putting in is 3 rares and 2 commons. We get a rare back, so what we're actually only putting in is 4 players. It costs 4 players each, and as you can see, the results are very solid. Now obviously from those we've got an 85 exchange, but let's talk about how we build, you know, at least 10 player picks to start off with, and then we'll touch on how the exchange is just going to make this very, very, very easy. So when we go over to our SBC section, obviously there's a lot to do with the crafting. There are a lot of options. There are probably, I'd say 4 or 5 options to get the crafting side of this done very easily. So I'm going to go with the easiest, in my opinion. If you go over to the rush objectives right now, there's 2. In 24 hours, there's only going to be 1. It's going to reset. I'm going to make sure today and in the next 24 hours that I get both of these ticked off. Because realistically, the 286 is guaranteed exchange players. The 84.5 will have a couple. The 85.2 will have minimum of 2. The 85.2 again, there you go, minimum of 2. So in this rush, in this first section, you got 2, 4, 6 guaranteed exchange players, or there'll be 90 plus, but they're still usable in exchange. Obviously, if it's like a 95, you won't, but you get my drift. You've got here where you'll probably get 2, so let's say that's 8. And then in this one, you've got 2 there, so that's 10. You've got, let's say 1 there, so that's 11. And overall, you might get another 1. So that's 12 players for exchanges for just playing a bit of rush. And of course, the season points bonus too. Now, in the other sections, if we have a look at the seasonal side of things, obviously, you do have your weekly play. That can get you an exchange player. Let's be honest, you're probably going to want to use that in something higher. When we go to Champions Honor, once again, not going to touch on this. Not everyone can do this. We're only really going to talk about the things that everyone can do. The crafting upgrade obviously should have been done. You know, I really should get this done. I will get this done probably overnight and then have it for a live tomorrow. If not, I'll be completing the rest of it on a live and then opening those final packs on that live. So once again, if you haven't done this, That 8610 is literally 10 players towards exchanges. So is the complete 100, so is the complete 75, and so is the complete 50. You know, all 4 of those packs are bonkers. And opening them when Ronaldinho is in packs, it's just a no-brainer, isn't it? Things like the Shapeshifter, Hammer, Traore, your daily play, then your daily play group rewards. All of these really, really easy, really good. And then also this draft play objective. You get loads of drafts in here. You get loads of packs, and then you get an 87 rare gold player pack. You know, there's a lot in there. All can work towards exchanges, but that's all playing the game. Some of you won't want to do that, so let's talk about where you don't play the game. The sections where you're not playing the game and it's just crafting, it's a simple one. You have a couple of options for doing these player picks. One that is basically a shortcut is you can just buy an 85 or an 86 exchange, and what you get out of it is going to farm a lot of these player picks, but it costs coins. So for those of you who don't want to do the coin side of things, we've got a couple options. You can get yourself the Shapeshifter's Draft Token upgrade completed. Now, obviously, this is going to cost you 11 rare players, which is literally nothing. It is the cheapest SBC aside from 11 common players. You know, aside from a 2 gold player upgrade, which is the thing you get on day 1 of FC25, this is the cheapest upgrade that we've had, right? And you literally put this in and you're getting 15k worth of value. Each of these packs is 15k worth of value. You can go into a draft match, quit, and get packs back from that. So whatever you put in this, you're getting more value out of it. So I would say it's a huge dub. Now, if you play the draft, obviously the rewards are bonkers again. But let's imagine you're not doing that. Maybe you've got some coins from the draft. The route through that is if you do the draft, you go in, you quit, or you play the game and lose, whatever it is. You can then do the marquee matchups with the result of those packs, along with maybe some daily gold stuff, and then use those coins to go and buy and exchange. Now, let's imagine you don't want to do any of that. And the really, really simple route for this is, once again, just going back to that Shapeshifter's Crafting upgrade. The thing is, obviously, there's loads of other ways we can work around it. We can go do a draft and then do the marquee matchups. We can go do objectives. We can do the rush objectives. We can do the seasonal stuff. We can do the other objectives. But all of those, it depends what you want to do. If you want to play the game and don't want to do menu grind, then those are better for you. If you want a menu grind, this is the menu grind. You do a super daily silver upgrade, you get yourself a load of silvers, pop them into the grinding upgrade, and then you pop that into the crafting upgrade. It's so simple, and I wish there was more to tell you, and I wish there was more to add to it, but that's how it is. Very, very simple route. Once you've got your silvers that you get from this SBC, you put them in here, and then you put the cards from this SBC into this SBC. It's a bit long, it's a bit, here. It'd be nice if there was only one SBC that you had to do, but it's free, it's a grind. It means that the people who come on the game every day don't just get everything. That's kind of the idea, is that you have to make an effort. Not everyone should get this because it takes time. Otherwise, everyone would have 100 crafting upgrades, they'd have all of the objectives, and everyone would have really good players from that. So to stop that, there has to be a barrier in front of it, and instead of it being a paywall, it's an effort wall. And for me, I'm okay with that because I have the time. And for those of you who don't, you can put squad battles on in the background, you can do all these other things, but that's the easy grind that we've got here. Now, once you've done that, obviously we talked, once you've got your 10 player picks, your 5 player picks, however many it's got, you really don't need to do that many to start off. But let's go get the pack that we got from doing those. It was a 75-20, I think. I want to say it was a 75-20. I can't even see it here because obviously, as you can see, I've got quite a lot there. Let's look at it and we'll just imagine I got the worst case scenario, right? So let's go over to the 75-20 pack. So along here, right, 75-20, it is 20 rare gold player items rated 75 or higher. So all of those are rare gold, so I wouldn't have any commons. So in order to get the commons, I'd use them from either the daily gold or things like that. Obviously, in those 20, it's 3 rare golds per pick. Now, 21 would get me 7. So we'll imagine if we did some daily golds, whatever, we'd have those. So this is 7 of those player picks. Now, you saw me do 6, and I got 485s and 188. So if you imagine we do 7, even if we get worse results, we'll have 2 or 3 players that are going to contribute to exchanges. We'll have spare players left over, and we'll be able to also go and still do the crafting grind and things like that to tick off those last ones. You can also, as I've mentioned, do things like the marquee matchups, which if you have daily gold or a crafting upgrade or a grind upgrade and you open them and you have players that can go in here, you can get 25k, which you can put towards buying more of these players. Obviously, all of these options just circle back round to having more picks, and you have infinite picks with these methods. The only thing that restricts you is time or potentially your understanding of the method. And if you don't have an understanding, you got the comment section, you got me, I'm always happy to help. So just make sure to drop a comment, make sure to drop a like, and hopefully subscribe.